It's Week 18 of the 2025 season. And coming up, we'll see the electric Kyler Murray. He's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Cardinals and the 49ers coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come in right at 500, looking to get that win to bump them back above 500.
This game means a lot to them because of what you just talked about. When you can bump yourself over 500, it's a lot about...
Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
First carry for James Conner. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And throwing here, Purdy. Open man is Juwan Jennings. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Delay of game, offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Still 1st down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Purdy. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Purdy will set up to throw it here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Back to throw, Purdy. That's complete to Pearsall. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short game.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Purdy going to give it to Garindo. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Purdy looking to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Juwan Jennings, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now, this is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, this, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visiting Cardinals who came away with the victory. So now they've got a chance here to sweep the season series if they can. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Zay Jones. 70 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And we are tied at 7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They just gave up the sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They'll try the middle with Garindo. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now Purdy. This one caught by Kittle. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. They'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Greg George deep for Arizona. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race. Now, this is into the weekend in the NFC. Well, here we sit, Week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop. Murray now. Open man is Higgins. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Here's 3rd and 3. Here's Murray from midfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. 7-7, our score after 1. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Murray a give. This is Connor. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Throwing now is Murray. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. That time a 9-play drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
And that's an important completion right there, because that's going to do it. With that last pass, he eclipses Peyton Manning's all-time mark of 5,477 pass yards in a single season. And I think the Engravers, they can get the MVP trophy ready. This has been a year for the ages as he stands alone in single-season passing.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Purdy. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Purdy from the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
With the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Connor up the middle. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And just nowhere to go for Connor. Defense gets to him, and they mark him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Delay of game, offense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Still second down.
Play action. Now Purdy. And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. Here comes Dortch on the return. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. The football going back over to Arizona now. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. It's brought in by Wilson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Cardinals come in looking for win number 8 on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. Here's Murray. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. To throw, it's Murray. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Purdy now to throw. Pass caught by Pearsall. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Purdy escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Looking to throw. Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing here, Purdy. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Out of the gun, Purdy. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Shotgun now with Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's caught outright by Jennings. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here now, 2nd and 4. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. Back to throw, Purdy. Buying time to his left. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Brock Purdy in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Moody good with the extra point. And it's now 17-14. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And his throw here is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Ray McLeod, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Jared Goff, terrific in the air with over 400 passing yards there. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Sheds off the tackle. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Niners offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Purdy looking to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And Debo going to have a Niners first down as he's up past the 45-yard line. Now Purdy. And returns it right back to Samuel. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He finds Kittle going across the field. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Here's Purdy. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Cards force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
At the 36-yard line.
This is Connor running right, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3rd and 2. Murray going to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So possession goes over here on the punt. The Niners offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Throwing to start the drive. Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. From the 22 now, here's a 2nd and 7. A handoff running right, Garindo. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Purdy. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Baron Browning in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Throwing quickly to Wilson. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
And the Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 43.
On the counter, it's Connor. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, a run with Connor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Here's Murray from midfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Purdy off the play fake. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
3rd and 19.
Purdy. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Purdy, this is Jennings. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Purdy from the gun. And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Murray.
He's got his tight end. That's Ryman.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Murray now.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Play fake. Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A punt of 46, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. For the moment, they're on top of their division, projected to host a wild card game in the first weekend, but nothing is set in stone. There's a lot of shuffling that can still go on here. They haven't even clinched a playoff berth.
A lot goes into that one word you use, doesn't it? But.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Cardinals are right back in this football game.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
So out now come the Cardinals.
A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position.
After the turnover, here's Murray. steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Murray. Out to the right here to Wilson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Arizona. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Connects with Kittle underneath.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Play action. Now Purdy.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Right back to Juszczyk again.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Second and 9 now from the 21.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. 3rd and 8. Murray now to throw.
And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. First and 10 as this new drive starts. They begin on the ground with Guerrero. Now he's loose at the 40. And down to the 19-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's when
Touchdown! Kyle Juszczyk from 3 yards out. And the Niners are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Moody good with the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And it's second down.
To throw, it's Murray. Man open, here's Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Throwing now is Murray. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray.
His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here's Murray. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harrison. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Cardinals have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
Here's Purdy. That's caught by Jennings. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. A give running left now, Garindo. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Isaac Garindo with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are able to extend their lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. Jones breaking from the contact. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Cardinals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Let's go. One more. Larry, come back, come back.
To throw is Murray. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Here now, third down. Back to throw, Murray. That's caught by Wilson. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now Murray. There's a short one caught by Ryman. Second down, 8 yards to go. Murray to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical third down here. Murray to air it out again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, they need to score, and score quick. One timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's counter. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Murray going to throw. A slant to Jones. Boy, just a gigantic play here, both sides. This is 3rd and inches. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Offense.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Now Murray's got to have this one. One last shot at the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Purdy down to a knee, and that should be the final act of the ball game.
So the victory here for San Francisco.
Well, if you step back and look at this, CD, a pretty impressive victory. Not the best defense in the NFL they were going against, but it is a top 10 defense in this league, and they're pretty sound, but yet they found a way to get it done and get the victory.
Yeah, I got to give them credit because I think their game plan was really, really strong for this one. They knew where they wanted to attack. They knew how they wanted to execute, and they did it with confidence and a little bit of verve as well.
So for San Francisco,
they finish above 500 for the year. The final tally 9-8.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they lose their 9th game on the year. And it will be a disappointing finish to the regular season, no doubt.